Hello everyone. Today the topic is Carnot theorem. The Carnot theorem states that for any two given heat reservoirs, no engine can have a higher thermal efficiency than a Carnot engine. So here we can observe from the diagram. So engine E is the Carnot engine. So that engine absorbs heat QH from the hot reservoir, produces work W and discards heat QC minus W to the cold reservoir. Simple diagram we can represent. So now we are taking the engine E operating with a Carnot refrigerator C. Assume that engine E with a greater thermal efficiency than Carnot engine, but the heat reservoirs are same. So absorbing heat QH prime from the hot reservoir, producing work W and discarding heat QH prime minus W. Now we can write W by QH prime, that is the work done by QH prime, is greater than W by QH, because we are assuming that engine E will be having greater thermal efficiency than the Carnot engine. So hence QH is greater than QH prime. Now we consider that the engine E drive the Carnot engine backward as a Carnot refrigerator. So here you can see engine E is transformed into Carnot refrigerator, that is C. So it absorbs heat QH minus W and discards heat to the hot reservoir QH. Now, so again for the engine refrigerator combination, the net heat extracted from the cold reservoir is given by QH minus W minus QH prime minus W. So from this we can say QH minus QH prime. So here the net heat delivered to the hot reservoir. So how much heat is delivered to the hot reservoir means QH minus QH prime. So the result of this engine refrigerator combination is the transfer of heat from temperature Tc to higher temperature Th. But this is in violation of statement 2 of the second law. So the statement that engine E has a greater thermal efficiency than Carnot engine is false. In this way, the Carnot's theorem is proved. So we are taking, as you know in mathematics, we will be proving the statement by taking in the reverse. So in the same way, here also we are taking, since this is in violation of the statement 2 of the second law, the engine E has a greater thermal efficiency than Carnot engine is false. So Carnot theorem is proved. Next topic is thermodynamic temperature scales. So here we consider two Carnot engines, one operating between hot reservoir at theta H and cold reservoir at temperature theta C, and the second one operating between the reservoir at theta C and a still colder reservoir at theta F. I will show you the diagram also. So the heat rejected by the first engine QC is absorbed by the second. So the two engines working together constitute a third Carnot engine absorbing heat QH from reservoir at theta H. You can see the Carnot engines 1 and 2, and when you see theta H, theta C and theta F. So under Carnot engines 1 and 2, they will constitute a third Carnot engine. So you can see 1 and 2 Carnot engines, when combined together it will produce another Carnot engine, the third Carnot engine. So here we can see it rejects heat QF to the reservoir at theta F. So according to the Carnot theorem, the thermal efficiency of the first engine is a function of theta H and theta C. As already you know Carnot theorem, so the thermal efficiency eta is equal to 1 minus QC by QH, which is a function of theta H, theta C. So when you rearrange this equation, QH by QC is equal to 1 by 1 minus pi of theta H, theta C, which is a function of theta H, theta C. Here F is an unknown function. Similarly, for the second and third engines, we take QC by QF as a function of theta C, theta F. So QH by QF, so when you combine these two, you get QH by QF is a function of theta H, theta F. So that means by dividing the equations, you get QH by QC is a function of theta H, theta F divided by function of theta C, theta F. So comparing this equation with the above equation, theta f must be cancelled. So QH by QC, it's a function of psi is equal to psi of theta h by psi of theta c. So here psi is another unknown function. Here if you select theta is chosen as Kelvin temperature T, then the equation becomes QH by QC is equal to psi of TH by psi of TC. So instead of theta h we write it's a Kelvin temperature T, then QH and QC, the heat transferred is related with temperatures TH and TC. The next topic is thermodynamic temperature and ideal gas scale. So here you can see the PV diagram which is showing the Carnot cycle for an ideal gas. So it's a P versus V diagram. Here you can see 4 lines, that is A, B, B, C, C, D and D, A, which will be transferring heat, and also which are 2 adiabatic processes and 2 isothermal processes. So the cycle traversed by an ideal gas serving as a working fluid in the Carnot engine. It's shown in the PV diagram. So it consists of 4 reversible steps. First step is A to B. So A to B, you can see A to B is adiabatic compression until the temperature rises from Tc to Th. Then B to C. B to C is isothermal expansion to the arbitrary point C with absorption of heat QH. Then C to D. C to D, you can see adiabatic expansion until the temperature decreases to Tc. Then D to A, again isothermal compression to the initial state with rejection of heat QC. So in this way, these are the 4 steps representing the Carnot cycle. So now for the isothermal steps BC and DA, we can write the equations as QH is equal to RTH ln VC by VB and QC equal to RTC ln VD by VA. That means based on the equation QV equal to RT ln V2 by V1, we are writing these equations. Then QH by QC is equal to TH ln VC by VB by TC ln VD by VA. So for the adiabatic process, we can write the equation as minus CV by R dt by T is equal to dV by V. So for the step A to B, when you make the integration of this equation, integral Tc to Th Cv by R dt by T is equal to ln Va by Vb. That means we are applying the steps A to B. So from Tc to Th and from A to B, we are getting this equation. Similarly, for step C to D, integral Tc to Th Cv by R dt by T is equal to ln Vd by Vc. So we are applying from C to D. So since left hand sides of the 2 equations are same, we can compare these 2 equations and write ln Va by Vb is equal to ln Vd by Vc. In another way, we can write the equation as ln Vc by Vb is equal to ln Vd by Va. Then the above equation becomes QH by QC is equal to TH by TC. Since this Vc by Vb becomes equal to Vd by Va, so QH by QC becomes equal to TH by TC. So now substituting this term in the above equation, efficiency is equal to 1 minus QC by QH. Now we substitute, instead of QC by QH, we substitute TC by TH. So efficiency is equal to 1 minus TC by TH. So this efficiency, it depends on the temperature. So we are representing based on the temperature. So these above equations, these 2 equations, efficiency equal to 1 minus TC by TH and efficiency equal to 1 minus TC by TH and other equation. These 2 equations are known as Carnot equations. So the efficiency equation shows that the thermal efficiency of the Carnot engine can approach unity only when TH approaches infinity or TC approaches 0. But it's not occur. It doesn't occur. All heat engines operate at thermal efficiencies less than unity. That means the actual heat engines are irreversible and thermal efficiencies will rarely exceed the value of 0.35. So that is about the thermal efficiency and how we can calculate the thermal efficiency based on the temperatures. So if you like my description, please subscribe my channel. Please like and share my videos. Thank you very much.